Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we're going to start with his head, and basically we're going to just draw a big circle, okay? So, come on. Now keep in mind the circle doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if it's a little bit misshaped. Okay, so we got our circle, and then we're going to draw two big sockets for his eyes, okay? So I'm going to start with one big circle on one side, like so, okay? And then I'm going to draw the other circle here, but I'm going to draw it a little bit more egg-shaped, okay? Because it's off to the side, and I'm going to show a little bit of perspective, okay? And then below each eye, on the inside, I just wanted to put a little bit of a eye bag, so I'm just going to come across on the bottom here, and I'll do the same for the other side, alright? And then on this one eye, I want to put in a bit of a frown, so I'm just going to put a little hook at the top of the eye. I'll do the same for this side as well. Alright? And then in here you can paint them all black, but I'm going to leave the coloring to last. Okay, so in the middle between the eyes, he's got two nostril holes. Okay, so they kind of look like seeds. Okay? They're kind of aimed in towards each other. And I'm going to color those in black. Right? And he's got this long, big grin. Okay, so from the bottom of this eye, I'm going to come around. And it doesn't have to be a smooth curve, okay? It's kind of freakier if it's a little bit misshaped. And then in between, we're just gonna put in some stitch lines all the way around. It doesn't have to be exactly the same distance from each other. It could be a little bit spread out, but there we go. Okay, now let's get into the neck. So with the neck, in the middle here, I'm just gonna draw a curve going towards the left, okay? And then from this side, I'm going to go a little bit wide, and I'm going to come in a little bit thinner towards this point here, okay? And then at the bottom, I'm going to draw a line across, okay? And then I'm going to flare out two lines just like that, okay? So he's got a little brooch. I'm going to flare out the ends, and I come back down on each side evenly, okay? And then in between, just below, I'm going to draw a dot. And this is where I'm going to connect the ends of those lines, just like that, okay? And then in between, he's got these little eyes. So I'll draw an angled line and then a little curve below it to make the eyes. Okay? So then for the shoulders, I'm just going to curve in just about here. I'm just going to do a couple curves just like that go out to the shoulders. Okay? Now I'm going to have the arms crossing with the hands in front. So I'm going to draw the outside of the arms first. And then I'll start with one arm and I'll draw that in and I'll draw the other in. Okay? So from here, let's draw a line that curves down towards his elbow, okay? And then from this point, I'm going to draw a curve for his shoulder, sleeve, okay? And then from here, I'm just going to draw another curve that follows this direction, okay? And then over here, I'm going to do a little overlap that comes across, okay? So this is for his forearm. And then I'm going to draw a little curve at the end for his sleeve, or for his cuff. And then from this point, I'm going to connect the two to the elbow. Alright, so there's his one arm. Let's draw one hand, okay? This gets a little bit tricky, but I'm going to keep it really simple, okay? So for the bottom of the palm, I'm just going to do a curve up like that, okay? And then I'm going to go into this finger joint, so straight line this way, and then a straight line with a little curve at the end, okay? And then from here, I'm going to come out to that point and come down. So there's his pinky, and then I'm going to mirror that right behind it. So I'm just going to do an overlap like that. Come across, okay, and I'm going to come down, okay, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing for the third finger, and I'm only going to draw 3 fingers here, okay, I'm going to come down, and then I'll wrap this around to the wrist, okay, and in between, he's got his bony finger joint, so I'm just going to draw some separations in between the fingers, just like that, okay. Now let's get into the other arm, okay, so from here, from this shoulder, I'm going to curve out towards this elbow, okay, but instead of doing a sharp point, I'm going to round this out a little bit. It's going to come across here, so it's going to go underneath that finger. Imagine it going underneath and continue behind it, okay? I'll start from this elbow, come across, and just like I did here, I'm going to finish that off with the cuff, okay? Now let's do the same thing I did down here with this hand. So I'm going to come up, okay? I'm going to draw this line for the first joint of the finger, and then one line with a hook up. Okay? I'm going to go straight across and come down. Okay? Let's do that again. So up, straight across, down. Again, up, straight across, and then down. And then for the wrist, I'm going to go right straight through. Okay? So then let's go in the knuckles and make those little hooks. And the knuckles up here. And we'll do one more for the fingertips. Alright? Now, I'm going to finish this arm here, but before I do that, he's got a big sort of rib cage that comes across, and then kind of swoops into a very narrow waist, and then flares out again. So, let's start on this side. I'm going to come out towards the middle of his body. If I imagine this coming down, and then coming back out again into his hips, okay? And then under this arm is where sort of the back starts, towards his hips, and then I'll imagine this going past that hand, and then back out again. So now I can finish this arm, like that, okay? And then in the middle of his chest, he's got sort of an open jacket, so I'll kind of open it up this way, all right? And then finally, he's got these little, I guess they call them wings, but it'll start down and flare out. So I'm going to draw one side, draw the other, just to balance it out. And then from here, I'm just going to draw sort of like a C shape. I'll do the same here, just to balance it out, okay? Draw that again. And then I'll flare that back towards the shoulder. Do one more. Then back towards the shoulder. And then you can go in and color in all the black areas. And that's basically it. There we have it. There's Jack Skellington. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween.